Alright, so we got a couple of pieces of information here for us tonight about the upcoming version 5.13.0. Now, as you know, the title I will have, obviously, it is going to be the standby skill skip feature. There's a couple of things going on with standby skills that are being updated, and we'll talk about that here today. So, I think first and foremost, let's focus on the standby skill skip feature, which is right here. So it's this specific tab, and we'll translate it right here. Improvement of the skip function. A new skip function has been added, and then the skip setting items will be 1. So with this new skip function, which is the skill production skip, when you have it turned on, what it skips is the standby skill, charge finish, which is the finish skill, and the revive, which is actually, I think, pretty nice. Funny enough, Goresh made a tweet who was like, you know, I'm not really a big fan of like the standby skill skip not being a thing, right? Actually, I'll just show y'all. I quoted the tweet here, but yeah, Goresh was like, gonna be honest, might seem like a non-issue, but I don't see myself using it until they add a standby animation skip feature. And they came out with this update tonight, which is just very funny coincidentally. But this is also revives too, which, you know, I'm sure many of y'all have had revives, like the almost like 23rd World Tournament Goku, no, but like the tech base form Goku, well, what am I saying? The tech carnival Goku. Wow, I'm kind of crazy right now. This guy, let me actually bring him up real quick, but he had the revive skill that you can't really skip, so you have to watch it every time. Basically any revive character, but I think a lot of times like this character is what a lot of people have seen with revive skills, right? This guy's activating, so you can finally have it skipped. Again, the 8th anniversary LRs, both the Z Duo and the GT Duo, have standby skills. You know, if you get the 23rd World Tournament Goku standby skill off, that's another unit that is applicable to that. But these are really the 2 units that are applicable to this. Now, you can't speculate. Maybe this means that the Tanabata LR will have a standby skill skip, but we can't really say 100% for sure, because keep in mind, these guys actually do return during the Tanabata celebration. Remember, in the second half of the Tanabata, well, like, I guess the second section of part 1 is kind of weird to say it. On the 7th of July, they always have the special Tanabata banner, which will have the main, you know, unit that comes out for the celebration, and then put it on a banner that's like, you know, 20 featured units with the year, the anniversary LRs, which this year will be the year 8 units. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that even if the new Tanabata unit doesn't have a standby skill, that this changes for them. Though they could also have a standby skill, right? And just makes it very, very much like easier, right? Having the skip, I think, is a really nice thing. Additionally, there's one extra thing that I hear that I see a lot of people aren't really necessarily talking about, and they added a counter, or like, you know, like a charge counter, to where you can see the number of charges that you have. Now, if you guys aren't aware how the Dragon Ball Z Duo works, if I zoom in here, you'll see that they have requirements for having the different super attacks and the finish skills. This one is under 38 charges, which you get 1 charge per key sphere collected with your units. This one's above 39. So now you can actually see what number or level it is. Now, usually when it's filled up to the brim is when you can get the, you know, additional one. But it's helpful for you to know as well, like, you know, how powerful it is, because you could overcharge it past the 39 key spheres. So you could actually see how much damage you could potentially do, or how much charges you potentially have here. And on top of that, maybe in the future they add where there's multiple finish skills you can get, so that you know the, you know, correct finish skill instead of just 2, right? But mostly just, I think it's so you can know how much you need left, or how many orbs you can collect. Maybe you could be like smarter with the orbs this way. Just a helpful feature. Nothing really bad about that, right? You can't really say, oh, this sucks, right? But yeah, this is, I think, a pretty good change overall to add to here. I definitely am a fan of this change specifically, so that is a pretty major W. Now, this update is actually going to be, if I close the 8th anniversary units here, this update is going to be actually on the this is something else, actually. This is about the Outrageous Space Emperor, which is interesting. Okay, the Super Fierce Battle event, the Outrageous Space Emperor. The characters who are not originally targeted are set with the effect of increasing the damage dealt. Interesting. This is the Final Form Frieza Dokkan event, right? If I'm not mistaken. This is the Final Form Frieza Dokkan event, right? Or is it cooler? Is there a way I could bring up Dokkan events? Let me actually find this real quick here. I'm pretty sure it's the Final Form Frieza Dokkan event here. The Evil Emperor of the Universe. What is it trying to say? Characters are not originally targeted or set as characters with the effect of increase in damage dealt. But there's no like damage dealt characters. Except for Super Saiyan Goku. Is Namek Goku going to be Tanabata because of this? I don't know. This is interesting that they're adding, well, they're updating the Frieza. So, are we going back to Namek here? This is really interesting. Keep a lookout on that. I think that's quite interesting, potentially. Now, again, there's also going to be other things in this data download here. We have the new Super Battle Road stage. This will actually allow us to use the Vegeta family support memory, which is pretty good. We have, what's the Super Battle Road stage, actually? Let's take a look here. This Super Battle Road stage is going to be, that's Gifted Warriors, which is going to be, oh yeah, dude, Piccolo Jr. is going to destroy this one. That should be easy. New World Tournament, we should get the next upcoming World Tournament units. I brought up the World Tournament category, but it'll be the GT Super Saiyan Goku free-to-play unit, the GT Super Saiyan Vegeta free-to-play unit, the tech one. Then we have AJ Beerus is here, obviously. Then I think Tech Turles should also easy as well, along with the free-to-play TUR Tech Demon King Piccolo. So there should be 5 EZAs, I'm assuming. If they do 3 world tournaments, they could just do 3 units and then cut off Tech Turles. But this is the Turles celebration, so I assume they're going to include Tech Turles in there, which will be pretty good. But yeah, beyond that, Global might get this. Annie brought this up. Global gets an app update right before anniversary, but this year we got an app update in May instead of April. We'll see. So Global might likely get this update before the anniversary as well, which is quite nice, right? Hopefully Global does get that update, or else you guys are gonna kind of be stuck with the standby skill like that, which will be very, very just funny. I don't know. Hopefully that won't really be the case where it's stuck like that, but we'll see right there, right? How exactly that is going to work. But that is pretty much it. All that we know about the, what's it called? Let me actually double check and make sure there's nothing else. But that is all we know. Yeah, that's all we have about this new JP update 5.13.0. Again, this challenge event, actually I didn't talk about this here, right? This challenge event's upcoming, Pure Saiyans EX Skill Orbs. I really feel like this could be potentially difficult. I don't know if it'll be the hardest event in the game, but this does seem to be like, again, multiple enemies, and I don't anticipate this to be easy, because it's giving skill orbs and stones, right? And this is, again, a permanent event that's up all the time. I feel like this could be very, very difficult. We'll see how that works, but yeah, dude, this Turles Part 2 celebration is really, really good, actually. And Tanabata is very soon, so we're kind of eating. We should hopefully see Tanabata news in about a week from now. That's when stuff will really, really start being hyped up, but let me know what y'all think. Standby skills. Do you think a standby skill will come for the Tanabata celebration? Maybe Namek Goku. I'm pretty sure there's the Frieza. I'll check into that, but this is interesting that they're changing that. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.